Have you seen The Magician Season 2? Have you watched The Magicians at all? Let's talk about Season 2. Cue the intro. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fandoms Anonymous. Happy New Year to you all. This is our first video back in the studio. Always great to be in the Fandoms Anonymous studio. Just so much nerdgasm and culture and Ninja Megazords. Yes, I finally have one. But anyways, we're here today to talk about The Magician Season 2. If you haven't already seen Season 2, it is on Netflix. We did our Season 1 review. I am a late bloomer to this show, but I have watched it and I binged it so fast because it was just so great. Felt like I had grown behind Harry Potter. So let's get into it. So basically, we left Season 1 with a lot of different things happening. Elliot and everybody else became High Kings and Queens of Fillory. Alice was dead, now she's a Niffin. The Beast was killed. Julia's still a crackhead for spells and magic. Penny is still a traveler, and Katie is off on her own little thing. And it's just like, oh my God, this ragtag group of complex individuals that sci-fi has taken the ability to be able to flesh out each individual character. Is Kevin Feige behind this? Is Kevin Feige behind the production of The Magicians? Because I have not seen characters be fleshed out with so many characters at one time, with so many things going on at one time, unless I'm watching a Marvel movie. All right, so let's get into it. Alice is a Niffin, of course. Quentin's trying to bring her back, and I'm just doing a spot review, just saying, look, these are the things that I picked out in Season 2. These are the things that I noticed. These are the things that stood out to me, and what happened, so we can move forward into Season 3. Elliot is trying to learn his place in Fillory as a king. He's there permanently. He can't leave Fillory. He ended up trying to leave Fillory in Season 2 by creating a golem, but with his body and mind being separated, it didn't work, and they had to put all of his body back into one person, so he knows he can't leave Fillory. Penny gets his hands cursed in the Chatman's torrent by the Watcher of the torrent. Now, Penny went to the torrent because he wanted to get his hands fixed, because the Beast had chopped his hands off. He went in, but the torrent watcher said, I want you have to turn around and give me something. So Penny, of course, being the butthole he is, cussed him out, walked off, but the guy cursed his hands to the point where they would cast spells on their own. Now I wonder why he didn't just go back to the torrent, but he decided to just go and find other ways to get his hands fixed. Julia decided she wanted to help summon this god. She was with this guy named Richard and had all of these different people who had so many different issues, from breast cancer to depression to issues with life. And they thought summoning this god, she would come in and heal everybody. But what actually happened was the god came, and then all of a sudden her son, I know I'm skipping ahead, like I said, I'm just a spot review, not an episode by episode. Her son, Reynard, the trickster god, actually came in and killed up and ate up everybody. That's what really happened. And it went down. So, and first of all, this god name was Our Lady Underground. And she was played by Garcelle Beauvais. Y'all know Garcelle Beauvais. I'm talking about Fancy from the Jamie Foxx show. Oh my God, she is still fine, even after all these years. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Let's move forward. Let's go and move on. We learned about gods, period. We learned about Ember and Umber. We found out that Ember died, per se. And we also found out that Reynard, the trickster god, also has a son. Now, Reynard, the trickster god, as we talked about from Season 1, actually, he raped Julia, and she ended up being pregnant with his baby, but she got the baby removed by some magic Koreans in the butcher shop who cut the baby out. But when they cut the baby out, she also cut off her shade. Now in this show, a shade is basically your inner person, who you are, your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, your memories, all of that. Other than that, if you don't have your shade, you're just kind of like a shell. So that's what basically a shade is in the show. Quentin ends up bringing Alice back, but Quentin did allow Alice's Niffin to stay in his body, but it was killing him until he decided to remove it. but he ended up getting with Dean Fogg and Julia to do a spell to give her shade back and make her whole again. All right. Penny ended up becoming a librarian because he asked for help for fixing his hands. So he became a librarian, and the librarian's duty was to go back and get old books that were taken from the library to bring back to the library from people who had overdue books. Now, this is a magical library. Just want to make sure you understand that. Now, there's a thing that gives off all magic that comes out of Fillory. It's called the Wellspring. And Umber, the god of chaos, decided to go doo-doo in the Wellspring, which killed all magic. Nobody can do magic. Well, it didn't kill magic at first. It started to make magic die off because the wellspring was tempered. Think about it as a well of liquid water, but it's for magic, and you put something in it and you contaminate it. So his poop contaminated the wellspring because he likes chaos. We get Julia and Katie. They spend a lot of time during the season trying to defeat Reynard, but our Lady Underground, she ended up coming back and taking Reynard back with her because we found out that was her son. And the reason that he was going around and doing all this, it was for her attention, to get her attention. All right. The Lorians inside Fillory declared war on Fillory. Elliot has a duel with their king with the magical sword, but ends up wanting to marry him, which gets rid of the whole duel and taking over the court and all of that good stuff. All right. Now, Finn, which is Elliot's wife, which is who Elliot got married to become High King of Fillory, she gets pregnant. Also, the wellspring, like I said, starts shorting out, and Margot makes a deal with the fairies to fix the wellspring. But the only way the wellspring would be fixed as part of that deal was they would have to give up Finn's unborn baby. Yeah, sounds kind of tragic, doesn't it? All right. Quentin and Julia did go to the underground by bargaining with the dragon to get Julia's shade back. And oh my God, that dragon was so beautiful. That's like one of the best dragons. Instead of, aside from the dragons in the Harry Potter movie. I haven't watched Game of Thrones. I heard they got some pretty bad dragons too. Okay. They ended up getting Julia's shade, but they also made Alice's shade, and Julia decided to bring Alice's shade back, which is how Quentin was able to bring Alice back, like I already talked about. Margot and Josh went to the fairy realm to save Finn and the baby, but they told her no. But in order to leave, she had to pay a fine, and she left without her right eye. But she's still fine though, even with the bedazzled eye patch that she got. All right, so Quentin found Umber, who was alive, who we thought was dead, and he created this pocket world. But Julia also did get her shade back from Our Lady Underground when she came to get Reynard. All right, Quentin ended up, like I said, he revived Alice, put her together with her shade. Julia was brought back together with her shade as well. Quentin went to the pocket world, went to go visit Umber, who was actually living in New York. No, was it New York or was Rhode Island? Rhode Island. Quentin went to the pocket world that Umber created, but got Julia to bring them to Fillory and shook them out of the pocket world into Fillory. Now what happened is Umber, his brother, ended up killing him because we found out when the beast came that he made a deal with the beast to leave Fillory to keep his life. So Umber was upset about this and he killed Umber. Quentin turned around and he killed Umber. Now you killed two guards in Fillory. So when he finally told Alice this, he said, I killed Umber. And she said that when she was a nymph and she was able to go so many different places all throughout the universe, all throughout different periods of time. And people like Umber and Umber have parents. And if you just killed both of their children are dead, then something is going to happen. They are magical plumbers and they will come and cut magic off. And as that was going on, these guys started appearing in these portals all over. They appeared in Breakbills at the school. They appeared in Fillory all over. They appeared even in Machowski's Arctic house. And they literally went in and turned magic off like a light switch, which I thought was freaking epic. Okay. Also, Finn returned from the fairy world, having given two of her toes, and the fairies have ascended on Fillory to fight or to war. I don't know what they're going to do. I bet they're mad because magic has been cut off. That's probably what it is. Alice also ran into Friar Joseph, and he said that the lampreys, which was some stuff that she got into when she was a Niffin, they're coming after her. So there is a lot of stuff that is going to happen in season 3. I've already seen the preview trailer for season 3. I might do a video on that, but I want to know what you thought about season 2 of The Magicians. I totally am in love with this show. If you have not watched it, it is on Netflix. Season 1 and season 2 is on Netflix, and season 3 starts January 10th. Let me know what you thought about this in the comments below, whether you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook. We'll see you guys in another video.